Hi, I'm Amruta. Welcome to my home. I'm a designer by profession and a home decor enthusiast by passion. I love clean lines and clutter-free spaces, and that is what you'll find all over my house. Ours is an open plan living, and to define the entryway and to bring in a little bit of privacy from the visitors at the door, we've put here a macrame curtain which was custom made for me by my sister. I have defined this entryway with this custom made unit, which not just houses both of our shoes and other daily necessities, but is also a space to store my husband's biking gear, including his helmets and rider boots. I have completed the passage with a bench, a few plants, and this chest of drawers, which houses all of our puja essentials. This tile that you see here on top is actually painted by my mom, and I think it's a perfect spot for this Ganesha idol. We wanted a very simple puja unit which was in line with the clean lines of our house, and that's why we went for this simple yet functional puja unit which does the job. My house is a combination of ancestral furniture, collectibles from both of our childhoods as well as our travels around the world, and a lot of pastels. We'll first talk about this sofa, which actually belonged to my husband's grandmother, and he bought it from his dad's sister. We got it refurbished to suit our needs. We basically made the seats deeper, the backrest taller, and reupholstered it to this vibrant blue, which brings in a little bit of life in this space. These side tables that you see, which are beautifully carved, have also been passed down to us by our family members. This side table that you see here was actually a cash petty from my grandfather's business days, and my mom got it changed into this side table many years ago, and now it has found its spot in my house. These men from Kenya are also something that my father has passed on to me from his journey long ago. On the ledge, you will find a lot of our collectibles, either from our travels or my husband's college days. It's just a mix of both of us together. I've put the plants here in a jute basket from LBB and some dried flowers in this really old jari, which has been again with our family for many years. This little piece that you see here, this piece of art, is actually a radiogram and a record player. This was bought by my father from his uncle in 1972, and it has been with the family since then. My husband got it completely refurbished this year, and now it has found its spot right under our TV. I've decorated the space on top with tiny knickknacks that we have picked up on our journeys. This rug, which I've very carefully selected, brings in the blues and the greys and ties the entire space together. This pendulum clock that you see here was actually purchased by my grandfather somewhere in between 34 to 38, and then my dad got it refixed and ready to work in around 72. This has to be keyed in every single morning. My dad gifted it to my husband last year, and now it is his daily routine to wake up in the morning and key it first thing as he starts his day. This cabinet that you see here, this beautiful crockery cabinet, is actually something that was left here by the previous owners of the apartment. We just got it modified a little bit to to house all of my crockery collection, and this area had a puja unit, and we just changed it slightly and got it modified and made it into my husband's bar unit. I do a lot of content on Instagram around food, and I love to collect crockery, so you'll see all of my collections here. This side cabinet that you see here is more than 100 years old. This was lovingly gifted to me by my Masi and Chachaji. It's an original Burma teak wood cabinet, and we love all the scratches and the things that you see around that show the age of this thing. These little knickknacks that you see here are from my husband's childhood collection, including this tiny clock here. This beautiful painting is actually done by my husband's sister, and she gifted it to us as a housewarming gift, and we love how it completes this corner together. Moving on to our dining table. This table, huge dining table, was custom made for our house by my uncle, who's an architect, in 1965, and since then our entire family has always socialized around this area. Now whenever we have guests, everybody hangs around this area, almost like recreating some of my favorite childhood memories. I have paired the dining table with a sofa cum bed, a little bit of an unconventional choice, but this helps us make sure that whenever we have guests at home, everybody has a comfortable space to sleep at night. When we redid this house, we broke down these 3 walls here that you see along the pillars, and we expanded the space into a large open dining cum kitchen area, and we've divided the space with this breakfast island, which is our place to hang around, have a few drinks, and this is also the spot where my husband loves to stand and have his tea, and that's why I've made this little tea corner for him, and you will find him here all day. Since we broke down all these walls and redid the entire kitchen, we laid around this beautiful Moroccan tiles carpet on the floor, and the pattern on those tiles, we have carried it all through the kitchen with the blues for the cabinets, the birch for the wood, and the grey for the platform. I absolutely love a clutter-free kitchen, and I believe that everything should have its space, and even though I have an open shelf, everything is very neat and clean, and it helps me to keep things clean in my kitchen. I love to cook and I love to feed people a lot, and that's why I have a lot of appliances, and everything has a space of its own in my kitchen. I also love how my open plan allows for seamless conversations between my living, dining and kitchen area. I love this Kashmiri centerpiece actually, which also brings in all the colors from my house, the pinks, the blues, the greys and the greens. And this Ganesha Murti that you see here actually covers the electric cabinet behind it. I work from home on most days, and that's why I wanted to build myself a study which was light and airy, and hence the combination of this light pink and birch wood. I also wanted a table which was large enough for me to work and do my art on the side and be deep enough. So I got this custom made and also built in this bookshelf because I love to read and collect books. I do not like a lot of clutter around when I'm working, and you will see that my desk doesn't have a lot of decor items in general, but has a few art pieces done either by me or my nephew. As a creative professional, my biggest source of inspiration is light and nature, and that's why I've put together this tiny oasis here along with a few plants and some artwork. And once in a while, whenever I'm working, I take a break and look outside through here, and that's a perfect respite from my busy day. Coming to our master bedroom, we love the green view that you get as soon as you enter this space, and it's a clean white oasis for us. It's a place where we can come at the end of the day and really relax. Not too much color, not too much drama happening here. It's very, very clean and simple. This settee that you see here is another one of those cash petties from my grandfather's business. This was from my paternal grandfather's business, and this bed is actually handed down to me from my maternal grandfather. So it's like a combination of both of them, and it's a real teakwood, solid teakwood bed. And we just got all of it painted white to keep the room light and clean. On this bedside, on my husband's side of the bed, you will find these cameras which are from my collection. One of them being my very first camera. And you see that there are massive bedside tables here. We opted for these IKEA units because we do have a lot of things that we want to store by our bedside, but we really do not like clutter. So this was our solution. It gives us space, ample space to put in all our necessary stuff. And then we have these clean surfaces next to us with just a bottle of water and our daily essentials. This painting that you see here on the wall, this piece of art, is actually from a place called The Second Life. It's run by a friend of mine, and what they do is they take old newspapers from scrap and then do block printing on it. This was also gifted to me by my best friend. By my book side, you will see just a few books and a bottle of water. That is what I need basically to fall asleep at night. Of course, the lights help. Reading, my husband sleeps really early, so it helps me with my reading at night. We have opened up this space completely. We wanted it to feel like a large room. So we broke in the wall and we've taken the balcony inside, but we have put in the curtains here to still keep that feel of balcony and hide in all the clutter of our everyday jadoo and stuff like that, which we didn't want to be visible. And it is also a place where we have our clothes drying at, but it's very, very simple and minimal and folds down, so it's really not an eyesore. This is a special corner in our house, and it's full of memories, from this cabinet which is part of my husband's collection of antique furniture, to that silver lamp which was bought in Kashmir many, many years ago by, we don't even remember whom, some of our wedding pictures, and this frame which actually is a collection of chocolate wrappers from my husband's childhood, which we found one day while cleaning his old room, and I got all of it into a frame as a memory of his childhood in our house. Thank you for watching the tour of my house, which is an amalgamation of both me and my husband's aesthetics, his love for antique furniture and my love for clean and minimal spaces. For more such content like this, subscribe to LBB's Homely newsletter. Thank you and bye-bye.